update center, ini dari ICU lah. So since it's dari ICU, not too far, we can actually run the test immediately. Tapi kalau dari ward, kita takut blood dia akan cool down, not body temperature anymore. Which is why machine ni dia ada incubator lah, incubator to make sure that it's 37 degrees. So how to activate? Kita masuk ke dalam slot, kita tengok slot 1, kita start at 1. So this will keep it incubate at the 37 while we prepare everything. Okay, so how to run the test? Actually, the guideline is all here. So kindly hold on to this, then I will guide you on each step, okay? So we are at this step, right? We put in the incubator, right? So next up, request the test. Select the item. So we will be running the kaolin test. This is the test that you see right here. So kaolin. So one thing we must do, we label the patient. Let's say, what is the patient name?
Ashley.
Ashley, okay? Then we type Ashley. Then in the event where we want to add any comment like ICU, maybe in ICU, bed number whatsoever. Okay, like in this instance, we just put ICU. Then all the details, if you want to add any comment, you can put it. Then you request. Okay, once you request, you can see they allocate one channel for your test, Ashley. So you can see they allocate channel 1. This will be the channel you are using. So in an instance, if there is multiple channel, you can use multiple channels. So it can be run concurrently. Okay. Okay, so now that we already request, we are at this step. So now we move on here. Place a common reaction cup. So this is the reaction cup. Everyone see? This cup, it has a lid. So you can see this is the mold for the needle to go in. So how we load it? We just place it in the mold. Just put it. Okay. How to load it? I show everyone. You just push up. Then you can see, now the cup is exposed, the lid is loaded on top. So now we can add the reagent inside this cup. Okay? So this is the process I did. Move the cup up and squeeze. Okay? Next, we pipette 20 microliter of trigger. Okay? What is the trigger? So since we are running kaolin test, we have a kaolin test kit. Okay? Inside here, we will require 2 things. Okay? We require, one is the trigger. This is reusable. One box only have one. This is essentially the calcium ion to kickstart the coagulation process. And then every test we will use 1 kaolin bottle. So after use, this one will discard. Okay. So one test we will require these 2 things. Okay. So and then they said pipette, right? So there are 2 types of pipettes also. One is for smaller volumes, one is for bigger volumes. Since this one is 20, pipette 20 microliter, we will set it to 20. So you can see it's already been set. 20. This dash here is point, decimal point, 20.0. Okay. Then for this pipette, we will need the pipette tips. This is where the liquid will all be inside. Okay. So how to load it? We just push it up. Okay. Make sure it's secure. 20 microliter, as mentioned here. So you get the pipette. Open up the trigger. How to use it? Before you enter and aspirate the liquid, you click it, okay, the first stop, enter. Once inside the liquid, you just release. And then this will be exactly the amount you set, which is 20 microliter. Okay? Then they mentioned add it into the cup to the bottom. So when we add it, the tip must be touching the wall gently, and we just push. Okay, now the cup will contain the calcium, which will add the blood later. Okay, so this one, how to eject after we use? Click this one here. So just eject out. So this thing will have to clean. Okay. Next step will involve the blood already. This one we will need 1 ml of blood. So for this, we will use the bigger one. So you can see, this is set to 340 microliter. So we need to set to 1000. How to set? We twist this grey part. You see, the volume is increasing. So 1 ml is 1000 microliter. So I set it to 1 ml. Okay. Okay, 1 ml. And for this, we will need the bigger tips. Because you can see, this one is for small volumes. It will not fit. So we will use the bigger ones. This one, same thing. Just push it up. Make sure it's secure. Okay. All this while the blood has been in the warmer, right? So when we take out, we just mix it up a bit. Mix it up. open. Okay, same like just now. Okay, 1000. Okay, first stop. And then you make sure the key is under there. And you slowly release. So watch my thumb. Okay, you slowly release. Then it will aspirate 1 ml of blood. As everyone can see, this will be exactly 1 ml. Okay. Then what does it say in the manual? It has to be added to the kaolin. The kaolin reagent. So remember, kaolin is the blue bottle. One test will always use one of this bottle. Okay, so same like just now, we just press. Okay, this is how to press. We just press to the first stop, then it will release. Then when we put that up slowly lah, because if you immediately let go, the blood might shoot up to the back. Okay, so now we are at this step. We already put 1 ml. So by the way, why do we need to add it inside? This bottle, it has some components called kaolin, which actually facilitates the coagulation cascade. Okay, so now it's combined with fluid. We just mix it up. Okay, gently blend the mixture evenly. Okay, more or less about 5 times. Then we come to the final step already, which is to add this mixture into the cup containing the trigger, which is calcium. Okay, so for this step, it will be 340. Transport 340 the blood sample in this to that. So now we set that up 340. So like I said, to adjust, we just spin the grey one, okay. So 340, and then we use another new kit because the old one was containing the fresh blood. Now we are using a different mixture. So every time you change the sample, you must change the kit. Okay. So now 340, this is the step, transport it into the cup holder. This is the final step. Okay, same. First stop, you see? First stop. This will be 340. Okay, so when we add it, the tip has to be touching the wall, and then we release it in one smooth motion. Just press it. Then, okay, once trigger and blood come into contact, process already starts. So we have to start immediately. So when I press start, the needle, like I mentioned just now, the needle is already lowered and it is starting to rotate. So as soon as the blood clots start to form, the sensor will pick up the resistance. And that is what gives us the graph, you see. Beginning flat line, meaning clot has not formed yet. As soon as they pick up resistance, clot has been formed, then they will calculate how fast does the clot develops. It tells you about your fibrinogen, and then what is the strongest clot achieved, which is your platelet. And then how fast the initial clot form obviously will be dependent on your clotting factors. So more or less R time, it will take about 5-10 minutes, K and angle about 10 minutes. So it will form sequentially R, K angle, then NA. So that's essentially how you run the test. So I think in about, you can see, the value has begun to come out, but you see this value has asterisk, meaning it's not finalized yet. So once the value no more asterisk, then that is the final value.
K is the maximum resistance.